Welcome, Mark.
Thanks.
Good to see you. We're here about Break the Ice Australia. Tell us a little bit about your background, how we got to where we are.
Yeah, well, Simon, thanks for having me. Simon, I was lucky enough to play VFL, AFL football for 11 odd years. Played 137 games. Throughout that period of time, what I didn't realise, I was suffering from mental health issues, and it took like 25 years before I was actually diagnosed with bipolar.
That long for the diagnosis?
Yeah, bipolar and depression. So after my career, I really lost my way a lot. I started to drink heavily, and at the same time, I started to eventually to take cocaine.
So you really got into the heavy drugs?
Yeah, exactly.
And how heavy was it?
Yeah, I got to the stage where I was just, I'll give you an example, that I'd wake up in the morning to have breakfast. My breakfast was like 4 shots of vodka and 4 lines of cocaine to get me going for the day. And I continue that every day. Yeah.
On every day?
On every day.
Of the week?
Of the week, yeah.
Wow. And so what did that lead to for you?
Well, what happened then was, obviously I didn't stop doing the drugs or drinking vodka in the morning. I kept going for the day and throughout the evening and that sort of thing. So what happened, I got to the stage where I was in absolute desperate need of help. And through that period as well, I started to take ice as well, which is sort of a natural progression, I suppose, from cocaine to ice in your drug-taking days. So I got to a stage where I was in desperate need of help.
And how did you get that help?
Yeah, well, old teammate of mine, the football community started to rally around me. And just at that stage too, I wasn't really sure whether I needed the help. But I got to a stage where I sort of really got sick of what I was doing, and obviously my health was suffering. So then what happened was, a mate of mine I used to play footy with, Barry Mitchell, he rang me up one day, simply said, "Do you want to go and see a doctor, Mark?" I said, "Yeah, I will actually." So I made a decision to go and see a doctor. Went to the doctor. He just looked at me. I've never met him before. He said, "Do you want to go to rehab?" I said, "Yeah, I'll go to rehab."
So what made you at that point make that decision? You said you were tired of it.
Yeah, I was sick of the life. My health was suffering, and I realised that I did need help. I needed help.
So how did you get into the help?
Again, football fraternity. Good friends of mine, Greg Williams and Mary Williams. They gathered around and they raised $30,000 for me to get into a 28-day rehab facility.
So you went into a rehab facility.
Yep.
How was that? Tell us about your first time walking into a rehab centre.
Yeah, what happened then, Simon, was a friend of mine dropped me off. He picked me up in the morning, and I had to be there on a Sunday. And what I'd done was, to get a bed in rehab, it took me probably 2 weeks before they could find a bed for me. So within that 2 weeks, I went on a massive drug and alcohol binge. I just had like a last hurrah, and the sort of last hurrah kept going. Yeah. So finally, I'd been on about a 3-day binge or something like that, and my mate dropped me off, and he said, "What would you say goodbye to him? Thanks, Mitzi, his name. Thanks for." And at that stage, it was a courtyard I had to walk through. I was on a Sunday, and on Sunday in rehab, you have a family day. Obviously, your loved ones, everybody coming to visit you. And it was like I opened the door at the back gate, and at that time, about 50 people, I reckon, just all turned around and looked at me. And at this feeling of just emptiness went through my belly, my body, and my knees went to jelly. And it was like, what the hell have I done to myself? It was just, I could not believe all those years of drug abuse and everything, what I'd done to myself. And so I went into rehab, and as you do, at the start you have a medical check, and they reckon the way I was going, I probably had about 3 days to live. The way I was going, things were starting to look pretty. So I got there pretty much just in time.
And so you did a rehab session.
Yep.
So obviously hard. Then you come out after the rehab.
Yep.
What were your choices then?
Did me 28 days. The thing is with that, I mean, you're in rehab. All of a sudden, you're getting fed right. You're starting to sleep again. You got constant therapy, 24/7 basically. They take you to NA meetings, AA meetings, and you're just completely looked after. And you start to do a bit of exercise and everything. And after 28 days, all of a sudden, I'm thrown back out into the big world, basically, the big bad world.
Yeah.
And I thought, so I got home, at the time, I'll be honest with you, I had, when they let me out, I had $200 in my pocket, didn't have a car, didn't have a job, had nowhere to live, I just had nothing. The list goes on, I can go on forever what I didn't have. And I had to go, I stayed with my mum, and I got dropped off. Again, Mitchy picked me up and took me home and dropped me off. And and I got to the bedroom, I put down my suitcase, and I thought, okay, I can go two ways here. What will I do? I can go down to the pub, I can start drinking, I can ring my drug dealer, he can come and bring drugs to me.
And get straight back on.
And get straight back on again. I'd run up a drug tab with the drug dealer, which I've done before, and I'll tell you, it's not a very pleasant situation to be in, having to owe money to drug dealers. Or I can fight it. And I chose to fight it.
How long ago was that?
That was 11 years ago now.
And you've been clean and sober for 11 years?
For 11 years. Since that day, since the day I walked into that back gate, I've not touched a drink or a drug.
Fantastic, man. So you see that intervention, if you want to call it that, or that help of that rehab, really got you on the right track. Plus your decision after that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So with Break the Ice, that brings us now to Break the Ice. So what's the idea of Break the Ice? Now we've spoken before, and you've talked about awareness, education, and assistance to people. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So you want to make people aware and educate them about the situation?
Yeah, I got to the stage. It took me. Look, I'll be honest. When I finally got diagnosed with mental health issues,
right.
I was 44 or 43. I'll go with 43. And
yeah, go with that. That's good.
And I remember I had the same symptoms, everything when I was 18. So I didn't get diagnosed.
So once you've gone through your rehab, once you made a choice for the future, once you got diagnosed properly with, and obviously being treated right for that, you've had a much better life.
I had.
And you've seen this as a way perhaps to help others?
Yeah, it took me 8 years to recover through my, to before I could be basically a functional human being again. Through help with yourself, we started to do talks together on mental health and addiction. And just with the progress, I suppose, which is not good, this ice epidemic, which has hit the streets
all over Australia,
all over the world, basically, but all over Australia. Affects families, affects the people that are doing it. It just goes on. I mean, you can have like a situation where someone on ice might have a car accident, and then all of a sudden you've got the police there, and you've got the fire brigade there, you've got ambulances. Then they've got to go to court. Then they go back to the hospital and punch up the doctor. So it costs everybody.
The cost is huge. Yeah.
But what it's doing to our community is horrendous. It's horrendous. So I decided to try and play a little part in it.
Yeah, good.
And try and help people with it. So I've started a charity called Break the Ice Australia. And
it's only really new, fledgling, just really started.
As we speak at the moment, it's probably going about 3 months. So it's
really new.
It's really new. It's really new and exciting. So. What we're looking at the moment, our first our first two projects, we've got awareness, education,
and
assistance. That's it. So our first project, we're raising funds to help put people who are in desperate need of help through rehabilitation. We will help assist them to get. And I know that if I didn't get the help and assistance that I got, I would have probably wouldn't be sitting here now.
Around.
So we're going to try and help people. We're going to raise funds and put them into rehab.
And help people into rehab.
Into a 90-day program. Yeah, and and a 90-day program.
Fantastic. Now, it's as you said, it's fledgling. What's the best way to get in contact with you, either for you for your speaking or for assistance with Break the Ice Australia?
Yeah.
There's a website, is that correct?
Yeah, we've got ME6.
ME6, Mark Eustace 6, me6.com.
.com, yep.
And
If you
fantastic.
and if you want to get in touch with me personally, which is no problem, Mark Eustace, EUSTICE,
ICE,
with the
yes.
number 6 after it,
Mark Eustace 6
at gmail.com.
Fantastic. Well, good luck with Break the Ice Australia. It's a fantastic initiative. Good luck with you, been fantastic for 11 years. And if anybody wants to actually help, assist, me6.com. Start
That's it.
there. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Simon.
Thank you.
See ya.
Good, mate.